Hello, a day with Caleb, and today is another pickups video, and the end of this video will show some cool variations that I'm excited about. One, I've been waiting at least a year to find at a good rate, and we found it, we snagged it for the collection, and then we just have some randomness. We'll start with a cool thing to kind of start the video. This I did find at Smiley's. Someone was selling it, Indiana Jones: The Complete Adventures on Blu-ray. This has the first 4 films on Blu-ray and a bonus disc, but she wanted $15, which isn't terrible, but at Smiley's flea market, you need competitive pricing, and 15, I just couldn't justify spending that much. But on Macari, we found it for, I think he originally had it for 15. I think I sent an offer for like $9 free shipping, and he took it. So this is pretty neat. Got the box there. Then we have the fold out kind of digibook style. I'm not a big fan of the sleeved disc, but since they are Blu-ray, it's not as bad as per se like a DVD, but I do like the book format. That's cool. I just wish that they would have like a disc holder separate from the book and just have the book at the end like the Target does. They have the disc, and then at the very end they have the book with different pictures and things. But anyway, for that price, I will be okay. I can live with that, especially having these on Blu-ray now. For a long time I've had them just on DVD, until previously, before that, I got the DVD box set in a huge lot on eBay back in the day before people knew what they had and you could get incredible deals. You still can get good deals, just not a big, massive lot of movies for like $20. That doesn't happen anymore. These I got from our neighbor. We had a neighborhood-wide multi-family yard sale recently. Did not film it. I know some of you mentioned that you would want to see me film, and I kind of had it in my mind to film, but day of, we got up super early. We had to set up like 15 tables of all of our junk to sell, and our mom was dealing with something. She was sick, and our dad had like pneumonia, so he couldn't really help. So juggling all that, pretty much me and Josh out there for a long time by ourselves, kind of running the yard sale, helping out the neighbors when we could. There just wasn't time to manufacture a video. I guess I could have done like a time lapse and like maybe done voiceover, over the videos, but there just wasn't a lot of substance to that kind of video. Plus, running everything for 2 days straight, I didn't want to just do something just to do it. I know these pickups videos, there's not maybe a lot of intrigue or excitability, but I'm I'm showing stuff I've picked up. I can't go. There's not an eBay store where you can go and show stuff off. I guess I could go show in Josh's room and get the ones we've talked about. But, I'll just leave it at that. There wasn't a spot where I could dedicate to film a yard sale video, so hopefully y'all understand that. But these were two DVDs that our neighbor gave us: Drive Through Creep, Boy Eats Girl, and Tamara. I had Tamara loose. I had Boy Eats Girl. So we'll trade that single release in. Then Kraken, Howling 4, Night Shadow, and Raging Sharks. The only one I have of these four is Howling 4. It's in another horror set. Then Josh gave me this. I put all the Terminators together in a printed case, and I'm trying to get away from that. So Terminator and Terminator Genesis. Then this, I think the next couple here we got at Last Chance just kind of popped in there, and there was, two or three didn't warrant a video, so I just saved them. Like Mike 2, and Rebound. Did not, an upgrade from the original, didn't have the second one. Have this on DVD by itself. Then Impact Point. This was a pretty cool film. Watched it. I test all my movies out, and some that really intrigued me I kind of watch just to see if I want to keep it, and that's definitely a keeper. Roseanne Arquette, Eric Roberts, Nobody's Fool. Then this was eBay, Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Had this on DVD, so this is an upgrade, the unrated cut. Been waiting a long time to get this on Blu-ray. Finally got it, and for a good price. Actually, I think the rest of these are from Last Chance. So, minus this and the Neighbors, I think, and Terminator from Josh, I think these are all from Last Chance. Hell in a Cell 2021. And this did have a trading card, but anytime I have a loose trading card, I get paranoid that I'm going to lose it. So I did put that in my trading card binder already, but it was of The Miz. But it's sad to watch this match. I don't get everything year by year as far as wrestling goes. I get Royal Rumble every year, and I get WrestleMania every year. All the other stuff, Money in the Bank, Hell in a Cell, the various different things they do each year, I don't collect for unless I see them out in the wild for a good price. This definitely was a good price. Or a bunch of them I've gotten from our good friend and brother. I consider him a brother, Daniel. He's given me quite a few wrestling DVDs and Blu-rays over the years, especially the cool Brock Lesnar set with the gloves. That is so awesome. I still can't believe I have that. And he gave me a bunch of Hell in a Cell as well. Helen Mirren, The Tempest. This was quite a unique film, very interesting. Obviously, Shakespeare. My time in the UK, we acted out Hamlet, and for our English history class in college. We acted out the whole Hamlet play, and each scene we would change and do different characters. I think I played four different characters in the various scenes. I think one of them was Hamlet with the three witches. I think I was part of that scene, so that was neat. Blue Crush 2, I have the first Blue Crush, didn't have that. For 50 cents at Last Chance, you really can't go wrong with that. So that's neat. Crimes of the Heart, so this would have been 25 cents at Last Chance. Decide to take a chance on this. Love Diane Keaton, especially from Father of the Bride series. So now we end with 4 cool things we got. I believe this was also from Last Chance. I do have this variation already, but you can't pass up one, especially with the insert. I'm not sure if this variation I had has a insert. So we picked this up, Titanic. Just love that artwork. Then Sav sent me this awesomeness right here. This is a Titanic PAL VHS release, and I love that it's in like the purple case. That's kind of bluish, purplish. Would you consider that purple? Maybe bluish, purplish, depending on who you ask, I guess. And I love the blue there as well. So that's cool. Thanks, Sav, for keeping my variations collection going strong. Mummy, Titanic, so that's great. Then we'll get to this. This is very cool. This is not the one I've waited a year for. We'll show that last. But this one can be a little pricey because it is a steelbook. It's a limited edition steelbook, and it is 4K as well. So all those factors combined, it made it a challenge to find this. I love that inside artwork. The only thing is the backing, like this, the backing is missing from this steelbook, but instead of paying the $60 to $80 that's current value, I believe I got this for $25. I think he accepted an offer. $25 free ship. So I can live without the backing for that price, especially since this does go for a little bit online. And I love the green, and not embossed, but what's it called when you kind of cut out a scene? Like a silhouette? Yeah. I love this artwork so much. And now I'm, at first just collecting mummy variations. Then I had gotten a bunch of Titanic, so I'm like, I'll start collecting variations for that. Now, I'm starting to collect Twister and a little Twisters. I do have a couple of variations of Twisters as well. But the coolest release of Twister will always be the Warner Brothers Special Edition DVD box set. I have 2 videos on that, maybe 3. where I show off those box sets. Those are incredible box sets. I wish physical media would get back to those kind of special edition, limited edition, like gift sets. Those Warner Brothers box sets, you had a poster, you had the movies, you had lobby cards, a bunch of stuff. Some even came with like the soundtrack. Some came with scripts. It just depended on which one you got. I have the complete run of those, so I got all of them. Then I got one, The Exorcist, where I took the book and got Linda Blair to sign it. Enter the Dragon, the guy who fights Bruce Lee, the real tall guy. Not Kareem. There was another guy, David Kelly, I think was his name. He signed the book, so that's cool. But anyway, collecting Twister variations now. So try not to get too crazy with variations. I do collect some superhero limited or special edition releases. But as far as variations, I'm trying to stick to the three. Well, Mummy is kind of four films, but just one variation, I guess you could say. Then we have Titanic, then we have Twister. But this I've waited a long time to get. It was very highly sought after because there's a limited run of these, and this is the UK 4K collector's edition, limited edition release of Twister. That is very cool. You know it's UK because of the 12 there. This is still sealed. I'm debating on whether to open it or not. I know, resale value, it would be more if it stays sealed, but will I ever get rid of it? That's the debate. But it has all these things here. We just got done talking about how cool variations. I wish they were still here, but they kind of are because this is a fairly new release. When did this come out? 2023? Maybe? 2024? I don't see the year. It has 1996, obviously the year. Here it is, 2024. That's probably too small to see there. So fairly recently, and it comes with the steelbook, the UK steelbook, which is right here. You can see it there. Then it comes with the box, obviously, this box. Then it comes with a book, which you can barely see right there. Then it comes with like a miniature poster. And then it has the, I guess, lobby cards, like not film sales, but pictures of the films in these lobby cards. So that's great to keep the gift set format for Twisters. Fun fact for you, that's from Mall Cop. Twister is the first movie released on DVD, so that's pretty neat to know that, and to collect this variation is pretty cool. But this can go up to like $100, some more, some less, depending on factors. But Amazon had this for $55, which when you're collecting variations, that is quite a bit to drop on something. And I was going to do that, but then on Mercari, someone had it for 40, 45, I think, 40 to 45, and I jumped on that, especially being factory sealed, so that's great. And the Mummy trilogy, Book of the Dead and Book of Life, I think I've Book of Life sealed. Those have skyrocketed since I got those. It's only been probably 4 or 5 years since I got both of those, but those are like $400 to $500 now, which is crazy. You never really know if something is going to be skyrocket in value like that, but those have skyrocketed, and those were a limited release as well, kind of like this. There were only so many made. Did I show this? This is number 2439 of 6,000. So there's only 6,000 of these released, and a good majority are probably not sealed. So still debating on that, but like the small soldiers toys, if you have any of those carded, those are worth money. And our dad worked for Target. We would pass that standee of all the small soldiers toys, and being around 10 to 12 years old. Well, when did it come out? Late 90s, 98, so we would have been 10 if it came out in 98. But man, if I still had the toys I got from that line carded, I would be pretty rich right now. I wish our mom would have let us get all the line, but they were pretty pricey back then in the late 90s. I think they were like $25 a pop, somewhere around that range. So we could only get certain ones. So, we couldn't get the full line. We couldn't get the rare ones. But I have since gotten some of those loose, not carded. I wish I had a carded small soldiers toy. That would be awesome. But you never know what holds value and what doesn't. Like with the comic book industry, the golden age, those have kept value because moms would I think scrap the paper for the war or war bonds or something. So not a lot of those issues survived. Then you get into the Silver Age where, it was hit or miss. There's more of Silver Age than Golden Age. Then you get to the Modern Age where they would do issues, 3 or 4 variations, and then of that issue they would pump out thousands and thousands. So, those aren't as valuable as Golden Age, Silver Age, because they pumped so many issues out, and the collectors would get 5 or 6 of each issue, each variation, to save, to resell eventually for value, and they never got valuable because there were so many. Like TY could sell those for $50 to $100 depending on which one you got. Did you get you know, the first edition, limited edition TY. Now you're lucky if you get $5 for a TY, or you know, you could sell a whole lot and maybe hope to get 20 to 30 bucks. But that's the thing, you never know. Comment down below, like, subscribe, share with a movie lover. Do you collect any variations? If you do, comment down below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, keep collecting.